Hey, tarot people. Sorry if I look a little unkempt. I just had the best meditation in the shower and I had to rush out and get all dried off and dressed to give it to you because I was like, I have to tell them this. This is like, bah! So, I'm going to start off with two different meditations or sayings that are from calendar, a mindfulness calendar. And the danger is not lest the soul should doubt whether there is any bread, but lest by a lie it should persuade itself that it is not hungry. Don't try to become. And mindfulness is all helpful. Now, I don't want to get too fire and brimstone here or preachy, but my meditation was about prophets and people that we idolize and look up to. Now, there's a certain amount of inspiration that can come from these people because they've clearly tapped into a higher set of their mind. But when we take their words too literally and think that the only way to greatness is the exact same way that they have preached to us through their work, their writing, their music, then that is where we falter because we are not then being our true authentic selves. Do not follow the advice and the words of a false prophet. Do not follow the words of a drunk, of an addict, because they are not in their right mind state. They may be intelligent and they may have things to say, but the alcohol, the substance dilutes their connection to source. They are not being authentically themselves. They are giving you advice for problems which they cannot solve because they have not solved a problem within themselves. So you must reconsider who you go to for advice, who you seek out when seeking counsel. You must look to yourself for answers and yourself only because it is there. If you clean away all the muck and all the nonsense and all the outside noise and you focus on that voice inside of you that says, this is what I should be doing, it will tell you where to go. Do not heed the advice of people who are so loud you cannot hear yourself think. Because those who speak the loudest are usually wrong and usually don't know what the fuck they are talking about. Charles Bukowski comes to mind. Great writer, lousy drunk, abusive asshole. Watched a video of him treat his wife like shit. Kick her off the couch in a drunken stupor. Now, this may seem like an artist just expressing himself, but that is abuse. His wife is a victim of spousal abuse. And unfortunately, at the time that he was spousing off his ideas, it seemed to resonate well with the populace because he could take the ideas of the populace, transmute them, and write them out into a great work of art. Now, again, what he's saying is not the path necessarily for everyone. You cannot follow the status quo and expect to get anywhere different than anyone else. The only way you can get somewhere spectacular is to listen within and find your inner guidance and your inner voice. And to do that, you must cleanse, you must clear, and you must release things from the past. All right, now we're done with the fire and brimstone. I'm going to light some clearing. You must be bold, you must be fearless, and you must follow your dreams regardless of what anyone says or thinks or feels or needs from you. You cannot let the needs of others outweigh your own needs because then you will grow resentful and you will take it out on other people. I know this because I have lived that exact pattern. I had an old friend. We'd been friends for a very long time. Her name I will omit, but we used to sing together, and we had great harmony. We were very creative, and I was convinced that we were going to be in a project together that was going to become successful, and we were going to record an album. These were my wild dreams that I had. But little did I know that I was going to have to do it on my own, because this person was going to be flaky, elusive, mistrustful, or not. I could not trust her. She was going to be sucked in by a group of people who were more focused on feeding their own insecurities and clamping down like crabs in a pot, to hold each other down so nobody survived, so as long as they were all together. And I am sad that she is stuck in that, but I hope that she is happy, because my ultimate wish is that that person is happy. But I can no longer be in her life, and I don't want her in my life, because she is a drain. She's someone who is needy, and she takes, and she does not return. Now, if it sounds like anybody in your life, you should probably reevaluate the way you interact with this person. Now, I'm not saying that everybody is immediately having to be cut out of your life, but it's very important to see who is giving you an equal return, who is not just taking and giving you what you think you are worth, but you know that you're worth. What are you worth? What is the tangible amount of feeling, of emotion, of substance, of money, of time and energy that you actually deserve, not what they've deemed that you deserve from them? Because they will take, and they will take, and they will not give you exactly what you need. They'll give you just enough so that you feel sort of satisfied, but you are not quite satisfied. And you will convince yourself that you are satisfied because you don't want to create waves. You don't want to leave this person out in the cold because you feel for them. You care for them. But they have to go. And they gots to go. Sorry about that. Woo! So let's get into the cards. And I have a new deck. I have an Oracle deck. I have the Gaia Oracle deck because the Earth has called me to come save her. Oh, and new painting. So I'll move aside. It's the moon. She came to me in a dream, so I was very excited about that. It shows all the phases, and it doesn't show, because the new moon there's no moon, so yes, there's all the phases. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about this one. A lot of my a few pieces of mine are going to be displayed at the substation in Ballard if you live in Seattle, so go check that out. I believe the next month, perhaps. I'm not 100%, but I am very excited, because that's the dream, is getting your creative artwork out there and not letting anybody stand in your way and tell you and naysay and convince you that you have to be doing other things, or it's never going to make you money, or you're never going to be satisfied, because if you let that stay in your way, you won't. But if you follow your heart and your guide, your own inner guidance, you will. Whew, a little fire and brimstone today. And I do acknowledge the passing of a very creative, wonderful star who I am so thankful showed a different type of masculinity that could be out there, that is different from, traditional masculinity that we see, where the men are so violent, calling their women bitches and whores and smacking them in elevators. That is not love. That is not something to be aspired to. Do not do that to women. Please, do not do that to women. Dear God, what is wrong with that? That is not love. That is obsession. That is holding on to something that is outdated and completely idealized by a small portion of corporations that just want to sell you things. You don't need a fancy car. You don't need to, be a super athlete star. You don't need to have, all that stuff. What you need is to be a nice, good person to another person, regardless if you're into a man or a woman, whoever you are. Just be kind to one another and treat each other with respect. Now, you may not get the Insta results that you think you're supposed to get, but that's not how it works. You're not supposed to have somebody right away just because you won them out of being, well, look at me, I'm peacocking, here we are, I've won. No, that's false winning. You cheated. You cheated by using, tricks. But the real winner, she sits back and waits. She waits, and then she pounces when the timing is right. Because a true strategist does not need to play cheap tricks or games. She wins based on merit, talent, smarts, and taking care of herself. I am not at all referring to myself. This is a very candid, very real one today, and you know what? I'm glad. I hope you enjoy it. I've been trying to really incorporate more of myself and not being so esoteric. Oh, I'm the tarot reader, because I feel like that's boring. Nobody wants to just see just another tarot video. They want to see me. They want to see who the hell I am and what I have to offer and the personality behind it. I'm sure it won't resonate with everybody, and whatever. I might lose people, but I might gain more people, and that's how it's supposed to be, right? I don't want no fakers. I want the real deal. Oh, shit. Ha! Oh, God. I predicted this, too. Oh, my God. This is, insane. Ooh. Okay. Okay, so we have, for the beginning of the week, judgment reversed. So a decision has been made, or as a conclusion has been jumped to, or an idea is out there that is just you have to figure it out. It's there, and you have to deal with it. It's da-da-da-da, the horns are calling. We have to deal with this now. What's going on? And it has to do with this reversed King of Cups, which is a water sign, masculine energy. And it's a king, so he's pretty, established in his nonsense of being, overindulgent, addicted, like I was talking about, emotionally manipulative. He is not the best person, and he will woo you with his nonsense to make you believe that he has the right ideas, but really he's just full of shit. And thankfully, we have the Tower card reversed. So things are starting to break down. Things that we thought were true, set in stone, something that was, that's where it is now breaking down, and we are no longer trying to, build a foundation on false idols, false gods, false ideals, idiotic ideals, dumbasses. Excuse me. This is good. We're clearing out the clutter of just malarkey, of pure and utter malarkey in our lives. That one didn't really feel like it wanted to come out. It was forcing. So I'm going to see if we can pull it again. These are my Gaia Oracle cards. Okay, so in the middle of the week, this one wants to come out. There we go. We have the Prince of Swords. The Princess of Swords reversed. So some immature energy going on. Somebody's just very like can't control their mouth, verbal diarrhea, nonsense, arguments, fights, backstabbing, gossip. Probably from the beginning of this week, that whatever happened is now just there's an action, and for every action there's an opposite and equal reaction. So something happened at the beginning of the week where you are dealing with this situation, and you're getting a lot of like pushback from somebody who is immature and not very well versed in trying to have a conversation or a debate. They just are gonna at you, basically. might even do that. They've got all their walls, and they're built up, but somebody's taken a sledgehammer, so they have to quickly try to build their stuff back up and try and fool you again. I always think that of this person as like the faker card. They're really good at just faking or getting you on their side in a very immature way, where they just and then you just kind of don't really know how to respond, because you don't really want to deal with that level of immaturity or idiocy, and you're just like, oh, just stop. And it's gonna cause, you're gonna feel like you're up against a lot. But I mean, it's upright, the Nine of Rods, so you feel like you have a handle on it, and you can kind of brace yourselves for the bullshit that's going to come at you. And you have wands versus a sword. The sword may stab you, but you can, you got that fiery wand, so you can just set that little fucker on fire. And it looks like you're going to be able to move forward with the Six of Swords. So whatever's happening in the beginning of the week, you're going to be moving through it, with some turbulence in the middle of the week, which is awesome. And then at the end of the week, we have the King of Swords upright, which is good. So we have a good judgment, a good appeal, a decision that's going in your favor being made. I want to say there's a win somehow. You might be dodging a bullet, I feel like, here. And we have the World card in reverse. So that's the end of a cycle, but you have to put an end to it. It has to, there's a judgment being made. It's for the better. Well, it's somebody coming in and making a statement, making a definitive statement, or saying their piece. And it's, somebody who is more mature and well thought out with their words. And the World reversed, yeah, I think you're definitely dodging a bullet with this. You just got to finish the cycle. You got to realize and understand the faults and failings of the last cycle, so you can move on to the next one. And that's when you start again with the Fool. And it has to do with your friends group. It's something in your friends circle that you are putting an end to, or you're realizing the situation is toxic, and you are just... Three of Cups upright, though, means that you're keeping the right people. You're just losing the wrong misguided people that have clung to you because they, there's always leeches out there, and they'll stick to your ankles. It's just, you got to pick them off and toss them. You might bleed a little bit, but at least they won't be still sucking your blood. And so the overall thing for the week is the Devil reversed, which is all about releasing those bonds. So you are getting rid of some fucking fuckery. Please don't judge me for all the swear words. I swear. You're releasing the chains that have been holding you back from whatever is going to allow you to move forward. The devil has kept you in the bonds and not allowed you to go forward. It has kept you back not able to see your mirror. and your heart on a freaking little spike. And look at that devil. He's just, he might seem cute in this, in this deck, but he sure is. He knows how to poke those little spots, your insecurities. He knows how to get there. And I mean, I don't mean to say he, because it's devil, but that's kind of. So you're releasing that. You are just and cutting away. And I think this guy is a representation, well, this page is a representation of you're ready to fight, you're ready to go into battle, you're ready to cut away those chains that have been. So it's actually 2 pages fighting against each other. So you're equally matched, because the level of maturity in different areas may be different, but in this fight, it's fair. And you can go and you can cut away all that nonsense, because the other person is still on their ring-a-ling-ding-a-ding on their own cycle with, screws scrambling around in their head, and they don't quite know how to reformat their argument anymore. They're on that last little thread, and you need to cut that thread with that sword. Now, the end of it is the 9 of Pentacles. So when you cut that thread, you will have ultimately more free time, more money, more comforts of your own ideal, but you have to do it. The 9 of Pentacles means you have to actively go and work towards getting that. It points back to the 8 of Pentacles, which is about hard work. You have to manually work at releasing those bonds, but you can get there if you just try, and you turn that card around and you make that beautiful paradise for yourself. You make that sanctuary, that place where you can go for peace, away from all the hustle and bustle of the actual world out that is already crazy and wild outside there. You need a sanctuary away from all the nonsense, all the people that are just don't care and want to get ahead of you. You need your inner peace. Oh, I pulled this card for myself earlier. This is so funny. And it's the Moonlight Goddess, and I'll hold it up, and you can see she's got some nice little tickle bitties. And she's an angel, she's an earth angel, and it's repressed emotions, healing, and reflection. So release. Get rid of that holds you back. Cut that fucking chain. Let me read. I don't have them all memorized yet. The Moonlight Angel depicted on this card is here to reflect back to you and the repressed emotions you have stored inside you. She's here to heal you through your dreams. But in order for this healing to take place, you must pour out your heart and express how you truly feel. Do this for yourself and for others. Remember, all that you repress not only affects you, but it also affects those around you, especially those you love the most. It is safe to acknowledge your feelings. It is all right to cry. Just surrender and let it all go. You are surrounded by love and the healing energies of the goddess. You are eternally loved and eternally protected. In the coming month, you will reflect on the past. You will give thanks and let go of old hurts and disappointments. Only the loving memories you will keep inside your heart. Then, once the chambers of your heart are yet again full of light, a new season begins. A new journey, a new joy, a new passion. The affirmation is, I give thanks for the healing that is taking place now in my life. I express it all. I feel honestly and lovingly, without fear or apprehension. I am safe. I am loved. I am one with the goddess. I am one with the earth and all creation. All right, and then the love cards. In order to cope with the separation from a loved one, we need to realize that spiritually we're always connected to those we love. Neither distance nor time can separate that which is united by love. This is a favorable time for matters of the heart, a time of inspiration and healing. A relationship blossoms. Your heartfelt aspirations now manifest lovingly into reality. Trust in the healing power of love, for it is only through love that happiness is possible. Observe all that transpires, but do not get emotionally attached. The storm will clear. You will be of assistance to the one you love only if you remain positive. Do not fear the current changes. All is happening in accordance with your divine plan. The current events are paving the way to a brighter future. Love illuminates all darkness. Remain positive and light. Life is a cycle of changing seasons. Let us welcome each new season and surrender the past one with grace. Let us remember that nothing is ever lost, for all exists eternally within our heart. And with that, I leave you. I hope it wasn't too fiery, but you know what? Kitty's got to pounce. Kitty's going to pounce. Kitty's going to say what she's going to say, and she's not going to hold it back anymore, because you cannot pretend that you are not hungry, because you are starving for your soul to connect with the light within and the light that guides you to your greatest potential. Do not let people hold you back. Do not let their needs override your own, because everyone can take care of themselves. Some people just trick others into believing they need to be taken care of. So, I bid you adieu.